So after you go to your email, you're gonna see two emails from Tech Pro Odyssey. One is gonna be from Google, giving you access to the file, and then one's gonna be from me. Click on either one of them. They're gonna be the same thing. They're gonna have the personalized job hunt report within it. So after you go ahead and click on that, you're gonna see the report. The report's gonna give you an overall score to let you know where you're standing, and the report's gonna tell you what you're doing right in your job search, what you're doing wrong, and it's gonna give you some action steps on how to implement these changes, okay? So it looks like for my Python resume, I have a strong momentum. 3 interviews from 10 applications is a solid conversion rate. That's about 30%, but the ATS score is a 45. So we pretty much want to focus on resume keywords and quickly move up into the 70s for my specific situation. So once again, the strengths, interview conversion, 30%, which is definitely above average. I think average is closer to 10%. Active outreach, I'm using LinkedIn posts and cold emails that's visibly active, so that's really good. Cert, I have the certification that's working in my favor. Mock interviews, okay? And I'm doing mock interviews, which is good. Now, resume technical competencies. So in this section, it's just saying all the technical competencies that I have that's really, really well. So obviously this is a Python resume. I'm really good at Python based on the resume. I'm really good at data processing, RESTful API, things of that nature. They go into leadership. So I apparently on the resume, that's what I had, mentorship and leadership and things of that nature. And then we get into a really, really important part, which is the ATS optimization opportunities. So one of the first things that it's calling out is the fact that the name of the resume was Zara Davenport, which is that user's name. But it might be better to put Python developer or something along those lines in front of it. So the first thing that it calls out is that the resume name is Zara Davenport, but my name in the report is Andre Messiah. So it's really, really good that it calls that out. You shouldn't run into that issue. But if you did, for some reason, have that discrepancy, it's good to make sure that you go ahead and clean that up. So these are the keywords that are seen in the job description, but missing or underrepresented in the resume. So Flash, Django, Node.js. Now this part, it becomes a bit more subjective. If you actually don't have experience using Flask, then obviously you don't need or want to put that on your resume because that'll be lying. But if you do have experience using Flask, then you want to make sure that you go ahead and add in the things that are missing. Now, if you already have it in your resume, it means that you want to add it more times in your resume. The job description might have had it 4 different times, but your resume might have only had it once or twice. You want to go ahead and get it up to the number that's in that job description. So it also gives some exact keywords that you're going to want to use. It also gives you some tips on where to add it. So summary is always going to be a good place. If you can add it in your skills section, that's the easiest place. And then obviously in your work bullet points. So that's going to be your experience or your projects, but spread it out. Don't just put it in your technical skills or behavioral skills and then that's it. Spread it out to different places where it makes sense. Okay, so now we move down to the priority action plan. So this is gonna be really, really good. So you're gonna wanna rewrite and ATS optimize your resume. You're gonna wanna go ahead and make sure that you're getting that ATS score over 70, really and truly over 90 if you're doing it on your own, but do it up until the point where it makes sense because you have that experience, right? You don't wanna lie, as I mentioned to you before. You're gonna wanna do more technical interview practice in this case. And you're gonna wanna practice behavioral storytelling and STAR so that when you're having those behavioral interviews, they come through clear and concise. Because remember, that was one of the issues that I mentioned earlier in the video. And then finally, you're gonna wanna do targeted outreach. Every single time you send out job applications, you wanna send out cold emails, you wanna reach out to recruiters on LinkedIn, you wanna go to networking events, things of that nature. So quick wins, this is gonna be things that you can do today and see results with today, which I think is a huge, huge benefit of using this tool. So between today and tomorrow, you can update your resume header, skills, summary, and keywords with some of the tips that was given in this analysis, and you'll be able to improve your ATS scores tremendously with just these small tweaks. And then obviously, if you have more time, you can go ahead and do, 6 time coding practice sessions and 2 mock interviews, because that'll help you with the interview process, but obviously it will take more time to get good at that. And then finally, just some high level overview of the job hunt, what you could be doing and where to go next. So it looks like I have clear strengths, solid interview rate, measurable impacts in projects, a certification. At this point, it would be consistency and scaling, right? If I only have 10 interviews a week, I want to get that number up to 20, 30, 40, especially at that 30% conversion rate. I want to be able to make sure that I'm converting instead of just 3 interviews a week. I want to do 6, 9, 12. It increases the chances of you getting that job. So if you want our help implementing anything that's here, whether it's optimizing your resume, whether it's networking, whether it's help with behavioral or technical interviews, you can go ahead and sign up to the Tech Pro Odyssey school communities, or you can book a call at techproodyssey.com to work with us one-on-one. And if you found this video to be helpful, then go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.